Hello, this is Lolly. Today I wanted to show you this project I'm working on. I became aware of the Sizzix Bigs dies from Katelyn Lizardi. See if we can focus on that. And this is the cover for making a traveler's notebook. And so again, it's a Bigs die. So because of that, you can cut through faux leather, I think maybe even leather, and chipboard and make covers of other things you wouldn't have access to be able to do. So I had put this on my birthday wish list and got that for my birthday. And then I also got the Thinlits dies to go with it, like this. And this makes the, let me take this out of here again. This makes the insides. In other words, it makes the inserts for the journals. And so this one here makes the cover. This one here makes the pages. This here makes pockets. It's got paper clips and different toppings for the paper clips, different words. And it's got five tabs you can use, a heart, a bow, and this little strip right here with the hearts. Very, very cute. So I became aware of this through Amira, and I will give you the link to her video or videos down below. And so I just have been having fun with it. Now I've been making my own traveler's notebooks, but I just thought, you know, with this Bigs die that I could cut through different materials, I want to play around with it. So the way the Bigs die works, and hopefully you can see this seam here, you cut out two of these covers. You cut this one out and then this one out. And then you overlap them, and it's already got the holes punched in it, and the center hole is bigger since you have to put the elastic through that one twice. I did not, oh, I'm sorry, this is Kraftex, and which is nice and thick. I did not put eyelets in any of the holes except this one because there's a lot of tension on this center hole, and I've noticed before that in some of my notebooks, if I don't put an eyelet in, this is the one that the hole gets stretched out. So what I got to thinking about was, if I paint this, and this is the color I used, it's Ocean Green it's the Master's Touch Hobby Lobby brand. I painted it, and I did 2 coats, and I was not particular about whether or not I got complete coverage because I wanted it to kind of look aged. Let me show you the stamps I used. There's stamps also that I got at Hobby Lobby on clearance, and this was the Seize the Day Carpe Diem one, and this one, which was the little camper van. So I stamped them on there using this, but any ink that says it's permanent and waterproof is what you want. So I had used the Lawn Fawn Fundamentals that was given to me by Auntie Vera in my design team when I was on her design team. So after the paint was dry, I stamped it. Let me zoom in here so you can see the detail. Oops, sorry, I'm a little wobbly today. Let me see if I can get that fixed. Okay, so there's the detail on that. I stamped it, and then I took the tiniest paintbrush I have and tried to get in there with just acrylic paint. And so I didn't paint this. I left this the color of the background. I've got gray and this kind of a creamy color. This yellow, orange, pink, and then the white. So I painted that on front and back. I love it. I love how it turned out. And this really has opened up a whole lot of ideas for me to paint and then stamp and then paint in the stamp. I just think it's so cute. Once it was dry, I used 2 coats of this Duraclear Ultra Matte on the front, and I actually didn't even, yeah, I did 1 coat here and 2 coats on the front, and I kind of did it on the edges as well. Okay, now the inserts I want to show you. Here's what happens when you use one of the pockets, use one of the insert covers and the pocket on both sides, and it's even got a little slit here. And this is one of the inserts, and this is another insert I made. And what I love about this is you can do their inserts 2 ways. You can cut out the cover in 2 pieces and then cut out a spine like this. And I love that it's a contrasting color. I just think it is so cute. And I'm looking. So all you need to do is put your pages in here, and I know you're dying to know what size this is. The cover is 3.5 by 5.5. Okay, so once you do this and put your pages in here, well, you don't put your pages in yet. You've got to get this on here. Glue this spine on here, and when it's dry, you can put your pages in there. Now, I cut pages, and I wasn't thinking, and I had cut them the same height. So what happens when you fold it, because this corner is rounded, you see the corner of the papers. So in the next set, I did trim it down the height a little bit, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's go ahead and do that now. So let's take these covers. And this paper is Summer Dreams by Echo Park. I had to look that up. I just love how that spine is a contrasting color. It makes it so cute. Okay, now like I said, I decided that this was too tall. What I cut mine at was, at first I cut it at 5.5, and now I'm realizing it needs to be 5 1/4 this way. And instead of 7, I made mine just 1/8 of an inch short, so 6 7/8. Let me trim off the top there. Okay, so I've got these papers the right size. Now I'm going to let this dry for a minute. Okay. So I didn't show you a tutorial on how I lace this, because I'll show you the video in which I show you how to lace that. It's called what I call a figure 8. So this pattern comes, the way you can do it, you'll have 4 elastics. And I've got my pockets here in one elastic, an insert on another elastic, then this one is an insert. And I want to show you one of the things I love about this, where the cover is in 2 separate pieces, is you can use your 4x6 cut-apart cards in the collections for this. This is huge game changer for me to be able to use those cards. And the other thing you can do, though, if you don't want to make your cover in 2 separate pieces of your insert, is what I did here. And on this die for that cover, they show that you could just take a piece of cardstock, take your cardstock, if this were big enough, fold it in half, crease it, and when you're running it through the die machine, you just run this off the edge, and it even tells you where. It says put that on the fold line so that the die is over the fold line and not cutting into the fold line. So right there, and it would leave you with a cover that's not 2 pieces but 1. And so that was really handy for making the pocket inserts. Okay, let's take this open. Alrighty, now let's get, why did I just put those away? Let's get these stapled on here. Okay, so all I have to do is fold that. Nice burnish. And I don't think there is an upside down in this way. And it's got little notches here, right there, so that helps with getting it, the elastic around it, getting it centered. There we go. So now we have four inserts, basically. 3 inserts that are notebooks and 1 that's pockets, and I still have room to grow in here. So, there we go. And I just put this little bead on there because I didn't want something that would be a dangly charm hanging down and covering up my cute little van. So I just think this has been such a cute little project to work on, and how fun. And so I went to Joann and looked at their clearance fabrics and got some clearance, not clearance, but remnants. And I got some remnant of faux leather that I want to play with and and see what I can come up with that. But isn't that just adorable? And I'm loving Kraftex. Thank you for watching and giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel.